Right, 2.5 years has all come to this. This application is P23/01643/F, Units 1 and 2, Unity Business Park, Bath Road, Bitton. Because of the amount of public interest, I've agreed that both the residents speaking against and the residents speaking in support can have 10 minutes speaking time. Our first speaker then is the applicant, Jordan Nichols.
Just telling a little bit about what we are, who we are, and how we started, then I'm going to address the point. So I started JNPT 6 years ago now, in lockdown, offering free live workouts. We got quite big on Instagram doing that, and I started coaching in my garage, and then took my first unit in Keynsham. While I was in Keynsham, we had a lot of single mums, people that potentially didn't get respite from their kids. We offered an opportunity for people to come and train alongside their children. From there, I could see the potential growth that we had, and I spoke to someone who owned the unit that's in question, Unit 1 and 2. Being quite naive, I didn't really understand the process of acquiring a unit and applying for planning permission. I've never done something like that before in my life. I admit that's probably wrongdoing by me, but I decided to take on the unit. It took me 10 months to develop. I spent over £150,000 developing the unit. I used to work 20-hour days. I've got 2 kids, I've got a family. We didn't have much contact time during that. It was quite tough, but I knew as a whole the main goal was to be able to provide a safe community for some people that potentially would not be able to receive opportunities like we provided, and at the same time tend to a lot of our community's needs being having people around, having something that's going to keep them moving forward in life, because a lot of the time we all know we hit some tough struggles, and if you haven't got a support group around you, it becomes very lonely. From opening the new unit, I also founded a personal training academy, so I've qualified over 200 people as qualified personal trainers, providing over 200 job opportunities for different gyms around Bristol. From there, we've managed to grow an apprenticeship scheme. We have a solid 8 coaches that we've took from the ground up to being really successful. These coaches will rely on our service to be able to fund their lives, and obviously for us it's quite a daunting phase that we've been going through, not knowing what's ahead of us. I'm not an ignorant, arrogant person. Some of the comments suggest that I've ignored stuff, and that's not the case. I've spoken to the planning officer, I've spoken to environmental health. We had someone come out about our bins, which I've seen a comment about. Everything that I've done so far has been accepted by people who I've deemed as professionals. Again, naive, I didn't understand the implications it might have been having on our neighbours, and the neighbours I have spoken to have always tried to rectify the issues. I've been over and knocked on doors to make sure that we're making people happy with what we're doing. Obviously not everyone can be happy. I just want to say that my main aim for being here is to resolve the issues that we've been presented with. I want to point out that I've never meant to ruffle any feathers, and everyone around me will vouch for the fact that I do good for people around me. I'll happily take on the financial brunt to make the building suitable, and I'll happily take on all the stress it's going to take to get us there. I just want to make sure that we're happy, our community's happy, and our surroundings are also happy with what we've got going on. Like I said, when I first took this building on, I didn't even know what planning permission was, I'm not going to lie, which is obviously a fault of mine, but at the same time, people learn from their mistakes, and that's the only way people improve and get better, and I just hope that we get the chance to make things better and right, and get the opportunity to keep working in the next few years, and that is all I've got to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to touch and elaborate further on what Jordan spoke about with regards to the pan disability opportunities that he's looking to bring. So I'm the club development officer at D.O.G, a local football club down in Hannah. In recent years, we wanted to become a 3-star accredited club. To do that, you need a youth pathway, a female pathway, and a male work pathway, and a disability pathway. Looking further into it, there's nothing within a 40-mile radius for the pan disability community, so we decided as a club to start that. We've had great interest. I think in the first session we probably had 20 young children with various disabilities turn up, and it's something that we've been very proud of. Mr. Nichols heard about it and reached out off his own back, something he's very passionate about. Since speaking with him, we've been working very hard getting everything in place, so come January 2025 we are looking to, as Jordan said, start 3 sessions for the pan disability team at Poco, and hopefully be able to expand that to the further community. I'll put the feelers out amongst the team that we've got and the parents we've got there, and it would be a very, very welcome addition to their lifestyle at the moment, getting their children into mainstream clubs and finding health and fitness for their children is essential, but they're finding it very difficult. This would be great for the children, and it would be great for the parents for that respite, be it an hour, 2 hours a week. I know it'd be very welcome, and it would really benefit the local community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I've been a member for 3 years, and I'm also a local Britain resident. I'd like to offer you an insight of what it means to be a member of the gym and why I'm supporting the application. Joining this gym has changed my life. When I first joined, I was very nervous, thinking it would be full of really fit young people. And I could be the oldest person there. I'm in my 50s, but I couldn't be more wrong. There are a range of abilities, ages, ranging from preschool age, and parents and kids clubs go to adults into their mid-60s. This gym is not like any other gym I've ever been a member of. Gyms I previously belonged to, it just felt like a number, and no one remembers your name or anything about your physical health. JNPT, all the staff know my name and who I am. I've had some injuries, they have been discussed at staff meetings, so in every class, the member of staff is aware of my capabilities and will give me alternatives of exercises to compensate for this. There's been so much information given to me on diet, and I've learned so much. There have also been seminars on how to get the best out of exercising during menopause, and also young mothers and exercising before and after birth, plus many more. Some of the body transformations are truly amazing, life-saving, and no doubt have a positive impact on everyone's mental health. All of the members are also very supportive and encouraging. I really do feel a sense of community and belonging. I live at the other end of the village and also experience parking in some form of the local businesses that are nearer to me. However, I wouldn't want them to close down. I do believe that keeping the line of communication open is the best way of dealing with this. I do not want to see the loss of jobs, as these businesses are very important to our local community. I'd lastly like to say that it does take a lot of courage, guts and determination to set up your own business in your 20s, and we should be supporting our young people in this. JNPT is a very successful business with 10 members of staff and over 150 members. And I'd say one of the most poignant moments I've had recently is when a young boy came out of the gym with his dad, excitedly telling her all the exercises he'd learned and how strong he was going to get. This to me is the very essence of what JNPT is all about. Learning from a young age what health and fitness can do for you. If this gym facility should close, I know along with my fellow members, this would be devastating to us all.
Our much-loved homes are dogged with parking issues. This is evidenced in the many, many photos, some of which have already been shared with councillors.
Morning. Oh, afternoon. Hello, my name. When South Gloucestershire Council established the site did not have permission, why was it not shut down immediately? On the JNPT webpage,
the application, as been stated, is being made retrospectively.
Whether or not 6 o'clock in the morning to start running a gymnastics class or exercise class seems like an unearthly time in the morning. I occasionally go to a class at 7 o'clock in the morning, and that's bad enough, but 6 o'clock seems really early to me. I wondered if we could give consideration to reducing that condition so it starts at 7 a.m. only.
I just want to say that the gym I go to started off with 6 a.m. classes, and they've actually just recently started at 5:30 due to interest. So I would urge members to rethink the 7 a.m. starts. 6 a.m. is quite useful for people going to work beforehand, going to work, going to the gym, coming back, getting kids ready for school, and then going on. So I want to support this application, but I won't if it's a 7 a.m. start.
It's a difficult one. Residential areas and commercial units, they don't always, they're not always very comfortable bedfellows, so it's not easy to sort of get it right. But there are industrial units on this site, and when you look at what other categories could be used under the Class C, as David said, you could have shops, takeaways, offices, and they could be opening much later. I would support this application. I won't put forward the, well I will, I did recommend approval going along with the, looking at the update and anything on the update.
I think we're clear then. So the proposal is the application is approved in line with the officer's recommendation and the updates on the update sheet, and that's keeping the 6 a.m. start Monday to Friday. Unless anybody else has got further comments to add, I'll move around the room. For, against and abstaining. Julie, please.
For.
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 And I'm for. So that is passed unanimously. 8 votes for, 0 against and 0 abstention.
Thank you. Sweating like I went through my top. When she said the 6 a.m. thing, I was myself. So we got the decision that we wanted. The gym can remain open and we can function as a full function gym from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock every single day. Thank you to all of our members and all of the team that have helped us get here. Yeah! That's the BBC.